Hi, my name is Lauren Momessen, and this is my ideation presentation for web marketing and advanced usability. The topic that I have selected for this campaign is abuse. The main concept of this campaign is to help people to become abuse aware. So I've broken it down into two categories, primary and secondary. Basically, the primary category is supporting current or past victims of abuse, and the secondary category is for just the general public, providing the general public with knowledge and awareness so we can minimize the amount of victims that succumb to violence. Abuse in Australia is a widespread problem with very disturbing statistics and serious impacts for victims, families, and also the community. This is the issue. Did you know violence contributes to illness, disability, and death more than any other preventable risk factor? At least one woman a week is killed in Australia from violence. Statistics also show that violence is the lead cause of homelessness in women, with 50% of women who experience violence also having dependent children. These statistics are on the Respect website for the Respect campaign, and I think this does a really good job at highlighting the public's opinions on abuse currently. The issue is the public being abuse unaware and enabling abusers by condoning their behaviour. You can't learn about the benefits of a campaign like this without knowing about the negative effects that abuse actually has on victims, families, children, and communities. So for victims, some things they may experience are fear, depression, suicidal thoughts, aggression, death, families, household conflict, homelessness, and communities, higher rates of drug, alcohol use. The main benefit that the campaign could have on the public is a reduction in these negative consequences. Each of these campaigns targets different forms of abuse, but what they all have in common is the fact that they are trying to educate people on abuse. This is my brainstorming for initial thoughts on the campaign in terms of naming and also content that I want to use. So the topic of abuse is very broad. And what I decided early on is that I wanted to do the non-physical forms of abuse. So anything that really is not physical assault, any kind of emotional, financial, social abuse, and really the tactics that are used to control a person. For my campaign, I also wanted to look at antisocial personality disordered people and the tactics that they use and how that relates to just what we would consider a general toxic person. When I started my initial sketches, I wasn't completely sure of my name for the campaign, so I tried a few different ideas out, as you can see. My digital drawings developed after I had selected my name, and mostly I went with the idea of masked people, so they're hidden people, hidden abuse, and also the idea of verbal abuse, so put downs. Here you can see my shortlist for branding names, and you can also see the name that I've selected. So my website is www.putdownabuse.com, and the reason I selected this was because I felt it fitted the campaign's focus, it was easy to understand, and also it was really great for SEO rankings, as no website has got that phrase, and also it has 380 million search results for that exact phrase in Google. In terms of a target market, I decided to go with women aged 23 to 44 because of the statistics and they show that younger women are more prone to abuse. This has had an impact on my logo development, the colors and the typefaces that I have selected. This mood board shows the image content that I intend to use, and what it shows is images that are mostly nature based. They're also quite dramatic and possibly feel a bit oppressive, but there's also this feeling of community, hope, and freedom. Here you get an idea of the tone of voice that I plan on using for the campaign. As shown, the tone is quite assertive and firm. It is not sugar-coated, but it's also not aggressive and relatable for a person who has undergone abuse. Here I'm showing some of the text-based content that I intend to put out onto my different platforms, and basically this shows the different kind of content that I will be using for the different platforms. So Instagram and Facebook are similar, as they will mostly be using images, and Twitter and Facebook are similar because I will be reposting other videos and other content that is relatable. So the website will be the main hub, and most of these platforms will bring a person back to the website. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.